A quote today to start this video from Steve Jobs. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know who you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Now, there are two common things that I have heard in response to that kind of concept that I think are barriers that a lot of people, maybe you have in your minds and face in the world of work. One is, I can't make a living doing what I really love, what I would be most passionate about in life. The second objection would be, well, I kind of have a sense of what I would really love to do, but I can't conceive of how I would get from here to there. It's just too complicated. I can't imagine it working out. And the big excuse that gets in the way of dealing with those two objections is, we're all very familiar with this one: I'm too busy. I've got too many things going on. So it's that idea of, I need to pay the bills, I need some money coming in, practical money, and I need to keep myself going. Most people are living in this kind of reactive state where we're just kind of keeping our heads above water. Okay, now obviously I'm going to try and tackle some of this with your participation today. Let me ask you a question. When you last went on a really positive holiday that you were looking forward to, let's say it was a 2-week holiday or 1-month holiday, what did you do? One of the things you did was you planned the holiday. You started to enjoy that feeling of, oh great, where am I going to go? Which are the places I'm going to go and visit? Who are the people I might see along the way? And how am I going to get there? Where am I going to stay? Am I going to have a super deluxe, really comfortable bed? There's a lot of planning that goes in to potentially 2 weeks so that we can get really maximum pleasure from that 2-week period. Might be the same on a weekend. You know, I really want to go and have a great night out, and I want to plan it. I want to get all the right people together and make sure that those 5 hours are going to be amazing. Now, 5 hours, 2 weeks, 1 month, compared to the thing that we spend most of our time in our lives doing outside of sleep, in fact, even more than sleep quite often, is work, what we call work. This place where we go and make money to be able to pay the bills and so on. How much time in your lifetime, given the number of hours you've spent working, how much time have you spent planning it out? Planning out big questions. What do I love doing? What am I really great at? How do I stitch it all together so that I have a meaningful day when I'm at work with people that I want to be with, in an environment I want to be in, that inspires me and gives me a sense of fulfilling some kind of purpose? Well, I have developed a 3-stage process. It's just 3 sessions that really help to walk you through this kind of planning process. And it combines some very creative, big picture thinking about things like, you know, what are you here to do? So we start with things like what's important to you in life, which is known as your values. When you start honoring your values in the work environment, you start getting meaning and fulfillment. Of course, the first starting point is knowing what your values are. Now, you might have some things that you know are really important to you in work, in terms of life, but it's being able to go into the subconscious, dig up all of those particular configurations. Everyone's snow, but everyone's an individual snowflake. What I find when I do values exercise with people is people all kind of, they might have some similar things that they value, but actually their own way of thinking about it. Okay, so you might have relationships and friends and family, or relationships with colleagues and so on, but that will be giving different people different things, and some might be looking for security, some might be looking for laughter and fun and so on. When we get a sense of alignment with our values, it provides something like a roadmap and a compass, so we start getting some sort of sense of direction in where we're going, and being able to get some sort of data that we can help to make decisions on where we might go, what we might choose to do. 3 stages in this process. So number 1 is values. In between the 3 sessions, there are exercises that I have from top career psychologists that have given me permission to use the exercises. So we do another exercise to consolidate values work. Who do you admire? We do forensic work on your talents. What are the things that you are really, really good at? Now, not just the things that you're good at, but we look for the patterns of behavior. What are those things that you're always doing throughout a lifetime where time stands still, where you're really in the moment? And you will be amazed when you start seeing the things that come up over and over and over again in terms of patterns. When you are able to use those patterns of behavior, you're getting clues to what your life purpose is. And as long as you're using those patterns in some way, you're going to start feeling good, and you're going to start feeling like in that vibration. I talk about my website, peacethroughaction.com. When you're in a state of peace and fulfillment, more and more of that good stuff comes to you. It's all about quantum physics and vibration. When you're in a good state, you create more good stuff in your life. The second session is actually around a mission statement, creating a mission statement which helps you to boil down again your purpose. What's the impact you want to have on the world? And that can be manifested in various different ways, but as a broad statement, what are you here to do? Third session is putting it all together. You'll have also done exercises on what's your unique combination. You know, there'll be things that you would have done already that may well inform where you want to go, and what's special about you when you want to go out and talk to other people about other roles that you might want. 3 sessions. By the end of those 3 sessions, you will end up having a really much more developed sense of who you are and what you want to do. I think the days are gone now where it's all about, well, certainly from my perspective, nailing the perfect only one job in the world. This is about, what I do with my clients is about understanding who you are and finding ways to make you feel like you're moving in a certain sense of direction. You may well decide you identify certain roles that you want, but it's much more about getting a lifestyle and getting a sense of purpose, a sense of direction, so that you start to feel good at your work, whatever you're doing. Whether that's because you're taking efforts to understand where you're going and you've got some sense of a light at the end of the tunnel, or whether you just got more and more awareness of who you are and what you're really great at, and you're finding ways of expressing and using those talents and values and so on. If you are interested in this, if it resonates, you can get in touch with me at cole@peacethroughaction.com. You can give me a call. All my details are on the website, peacethroughaction.com. And, if you want to go beyond the 3 sessions, there will certainly be ways that I've worked with people on how to sell yourself, how to I help companies as well as people in terms of, what's your proposition to the world and how do you want to market that? But one step at a time. Today, I really want to just get you feeling like, look, there's this situation. I think it's really, I think it's a scandal that our society just runs itself on this idea that we've just got to keep our heads above water. And I know many people, myself included, who had to actually put quite a lot of effort into analysis and then making some efforts to make some changes in our lives. But I can tell you this, there's nothing that I've found that's more rewarding than getting on track with an alignment with purpose and passion. You know where I am. Everything is up to you. The thing I would leave with is have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know who you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Go well. Take care.